Yes, I would like to order a large 3-topping pizza, please. Yes. For my toppings, I would like to get onions, mushroom, and spinach. Spinach is extra? How much extra is it? Ooh. But don't worry about the spinach. I'll put my own spinach on there. Good evening. Hello. How's everybody doing today? Great. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. Life is going exactly the way that you planned. If not, hang in there. I think you'll make it. Now, my question I'd like to ask you is this. How many of you have heard of the Freaknik? The Freaknik was a festival in Atlanta where a lot of hormone-driven, estrogen, testosterone, young adults went to just enjoy freakery, I guess if that's a word. That's what I call Freaknik. It was freaks out there. And guess who went? It's your boy! Me and a couple of guys went. You know, we skipped school, so we ain't gonna go to school this day. We're gonna go to Atlanta, go to the Freaknik. And that's exactly what we did. All right. And so we went to the Freaknik, drove up there. When you go to the Freaknik, when you first pull up and you get out there in the atmosphere, it's like Judgment Journey. You know, I don't know if you ever went to Judgment Journey, you know, when the end of the world, the tribulation, where it's lawlessness and it's just wild and crazy. That's exactly what the Freaknik was like. It was crazy. People half naked, people out there drinking, smoking. You could have got stabbed and shot out there and nobody would have never knew because it was so many people. And here we are, 15, 16-year-old out in the Freaknik. And so we out the Freaknik, walking around and enjoying the scenery, relishing in the atmosphere of foolishness, just doing what we thought was fun at the time, you know. And so as we were there, enjoying, having a good time, walking around, thinking we doing something big, you know. You know, every story and every plan always seems to take a different turn, you know. Everything don't always go the way you plan. And so this story, this little adventure that we planned, it did not turn out the way that we thought it would. No. Goodness no. All right, so we end up going to the Underground Mall, I believe. Cause that was gonna be our last stop, you know. So we went to the Underground Mall, and a couple of my friends, you know, they end up, you know, wandering away from the group. I think it's about like, maybe about 5 of us, you know. So 2 of my partners, they end up, you know, walking off. And so you had me, the driver, and another individual, you know, at the, I guess the beginning of the mall, just waiting. And so here I go, saying, hey, let me go find these jokers because we about to leave, you know, and they gonna end up, you know, getting left. So I end up going to find them, running, and I end up finding them. I still do not know why they wanted off, you know, from the group. But hey, that don't matter. So anyway, I end up finding them, getting them, and we end up going back, you know, to where everybody was. And when we get back to where everyone was, the driver was gone. We looking, where it? Gone. Yeah, right. And so now you have us stuck, stranded in Atlanta. Listen, ain't had no cell phone. No, this 1996, I believe. No cell phone. I ain't have a pager. My mother, my daddy, nobody knew where I was. Up in Atlanta. And you know, as I tell this story, it makes me think about some of the things that my children do. You know, and I think about it, the stuff they do really isn't that bad compared to what I did. So when I get on my kids, hey, you know, clean your room. Your room is a mess. It's terrible. Or when I say, hey, get your face out of the plate when you are eating. What'd you say? Huh? Or go take a bath, a shower. Why do I have to tell you these things? As I think now, the stuff that they do is nothing compared to the foolishness that I did. Atlanta, stranded, stuck. So anyway, me and a couple of friends, we stuck in Atlanta. Now, mind you, Freaknik is still going on. This is a all week, all day, all night affair. So it's still going on. And so we walk in the streets of Atlanta. No destination, no refuge, I guess you want to say that. Nowhere to go at the time anyway. So we walking and just just going through all type of crazy stuff. People drinking, you know, women, you know, half naked, men half naked. It was craziness out there, man. And so as we were walking down the street, a couple of dudes in I think like a lowrider. What they call them things? Lowrider with the, you know, with the top off, you know, old school, like an Impala or something. And so they ride by as we walking, and it said, A-Town, A-Town, right? To us, and they rolling. And then they said, y'all are from the A-Town, ain't you? They said, y'all are from the A-Town, right? Now I reckon that if we would have said, no, we're not from the A-Town, it probably would have been some drama. You know, they probably would have stopped the car some. So all of us said, A-Town, yeah, man, we from the A-Car, A-Town. So we just front and perpetrate. It was kind of scary. I mean, to be honest, we stranded in Atlanta, walking the streets at night. You know, it could have got bad. And so what ended up happening was one of the guys that we were with, he ended up having, you know, a friend, you know, that we met, a cousin or somebody. So we ended up going to his house, you know, like, the mom let us come in there. How many was it? I think it was me. Four of us. 4 strangers come in her house, and we just sleeping we slept on the couch. You know, we were sleeping on the floor. You know, we was all bent up and turned up, sleeping. You know, we had to do what we had to do. So the next morning, I think I was able to call my mom. I think I called my dad too, I don't know. But I don't know if he came. I know my mom came, you know, and so I had a brother. Well, I do have a brother. My brother stays in Atlanta, you know, and so we was able to get to his house. I think he picked us up, you know, until my mother could come and get us, you know. So he picked us up. We went to his apartment at the time, and we just sitting there, you know, just waiting for my mom. When she got there, bless her heart, you know, she had a look like this on her face. She was like I cannot believe these rascals got me coming all the way up to Atlanta to pick them up. And remember, this was the next day. We ended up spending the night in Atlanta, all day, all night to the next morning. Can you say an adventure, a foolish adventure nonetheless, but we had an adventure, man. That was crazy. And so she took us home, you know, and that was the end of that, you know. And you know, as I tell this story, I don't feel too bad. I mean, it's stupid. Don't get me wrong now. It's crazy. It's all outdoors, but I don't feel too bad because I'm pretty sure that y'all have done some crazy things as well. I know I'm not the only one. Am I? Okay. Well, maybe I am. Never mind. Excuse me. But anyway, so that's the story. Are y'all from the A? Man. So what can we get out of the story? What is the moral of this story? The moral of the story is, if you ever go anywhere with somebody, make sure that you have a ride back. Now that's not the moral of the story. That's not the moral. The moral of the story is this right here. When you have a relationship with God, all right, you know, y'all are going places, all right, going to destinations, going to certain spots, areas, okay? Now what can happen is you can wander off from God. You can go your own way, your own direction. And when you do that, you will get lost. You know, that's a guarantee. But unlike the person we rode with to Atlanta, God will not leave you. He will not leave you. He'll always be there, walking behind you, watching over you, making sure that you are okay. You know, and only thing that you have to do is you just have to go back. You know, he'll be right there. He's always there. Go back to where you left him, and everything will be cool. Everything will be all right. So that is the end. Also, if you like or enjoy these videos, I would ask you to please share them with your friends, if you don't mind. Also, I do have a YouTube channel, and I would love for you to subscribe to it. You know, if you would be so gracious to do that for me, I would greatly appreciate it. I will do my best to put a link so that you can go to it, because it's kind of hard to find on this song, you know. So I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for your consideration. Bless you.